Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Uzagiti Loma and thank you so much for clicking onto this video. Welcome to today's episode of Vlogtober. I think this is probably going to be episode 2, but yes, is a bonus. Anyways, thank you for clicking onto this video. If you are new here, hi, welcome. I'm glad to have you here. If you're a returning subscriber, hello, what do you do? Thank you for actually supporting me and watching my videos. So guys, on today's episode, it's more of a serious video where I'll be talking about 5 financial tips you need to avoid as a young professional. This video is mainly for people who are starting their first job or like getting into a grad program or anything like that. So if I guess this video is for you, please do watch it. And if you know someone who might find this video very useful, please share this to them. Or it's also for people who are in the early years of their careers who are still just trying to navigate their finances and figure out what's happening. So yeah. Anyways, let me stop rambling and get straight into the video. The first point is not having a budget. Guys, it is important that you have a budget in place. You can find many budgeting templates online. They are available and free to use. Just grab a template you like and then you know, do the things. May I make a budget? But yeah, having a budget helps you to track your money. Where's your money go? I mean, okay, if you have one income, where your income is coming from, and then how much you spend per month. It is also important that you go back to your budget once the month ends, so revisit it, and then have a look at how much you spend. If you overspend somewhere, or if you didn't spend as much somewhere, you saved some coins, take that money that you saved, throw it into your savings. That grows your savings. So guys, it is important that you are able to take control of your finances, track where your money is going, track how much you spend, and just be accountable to yourself in terms of your finances and what's actually happening with your spending. The minute you start losing track, guys, uzibona ungenamali and you start panicking. You start, oh my god, I don't have money. And let's say you earn like a 20K salary and it just disappears out of nowhere. That's not a nice feeling, guys. So plan your money, have a budget, stick to your budget, and always revisit your budget. Point number 2, getting too much credit. Guys, siyayithanda imali as young people. Semna ngiyayithanda imali. But credit is not your money. So uma uyithanda imali, ithande ngemali yakho, not eyebhenki, not eyama-institution abolekisa ngemali. So getting into too much credit is such a problem, guys, because it ruins your credit score. And imagine having a bad credit score at such a young age. So I know it can be very tempting. Like for example, you're starting a new job and you have to move into a new apartment. You have to buy a fridge, a microwave, a couch, pay rent deposit. All that money is not going to come out of nowhere, especially since you'd be starting your first job. And not all of us have mom and dad to come and support us. I was privileged enough that I had siblings and my parents to help me and also my first salary, but not everyone has that privilege. So what some people tend to do is, when you open a young professionals account, if you haven't watched that video, go watch it. You open a young professionals account, it comes with a credit card. You then take the money from the credit card, you go and you start your new life, furnish apartment, what. So guys, I got cut. But yeah, as I was saying, it can be very tempting that since you have so much to pay for when you're starting a new life, you use the young professionals account. It comes with a credit card. You use that money to start your new life. Always try by all means to pay it back, guys. Don't live like you have money. Auna money. Pay people back their money. Pay the banks their money. Don't just go around opening a credit card la, credit card la, credit card la. Don't do that. Taking loans here, taking loans for this. Don't do that, because this also links to impulsive spending on depreciating assets. Guys, let me tell you a story about me buying my car, right? When I started working, the one thing I really wanted to buy was a car. Yeah, and even then, when I was shopping for a car, guys, reality, I wanted a BM. I'm a BMW girl, but financially, it just wasn't going to work. I could not afford a BMW. So I started looking at cars within my price range. And back to the first point, I drew up a budget. And so, can I afford a car? Can I afford petrol? Can I afford insurance? All of those things. And I saw that, okay, I can live comfortably if I buy a motor for a particular price. A particular price, not a particular installment. That's a conversation for another day. Yeah, but that's how I chose to look at my car buying experience. But had I went and forced to buy the BMW that I wanted, I would have taken up so much more credit that I can't afford, and I was gonna struggle. Like, guys, I was gonna struggle. So it is important that when you are looking at buying depreciating assets, always make sure it's something you can afford and you will be able to pay off. And try by all means to pay it off as soon as possible. So obviously not going to be like 12 months. I can't pay off a car, well, Nina, in like a year. But you can try minimize your payment term by a year or 2 years. You can try, which is what I'm trying to do. But anyways, yeah, avoid getting into too much debt. It's not good for you. If you get into debt, try and pay your debt as soon as possible so that it does not, and don't miss payments so that it does not affect your credit score. You don't want a bad credit score. You get it? You get it. Okay, so moving on to point number 3, it is have savings, have a retirement plan. This is all a part of the savings bubble. Guys, let's talk about an emergency fund. An emergency fund is money you put away so that when an emergency happens, you can take from that money and fund whatever needs to happen or whatever emergency that is. Imagine you have a burst tire and 2 tires burst and you have to pay 10,000 for the tires from your salary. That is going to affect your cash flow, which is why it is wise to have an emergency fund. You agree with me, right? Yeah? Yeah, guys, when you are budgeting, always add some money towards your savings. Have money for savings so that when something happens, it doesn't affect your day-to-day money. And in terms of retirement, I got a job where they had a retirement plan in place. I pay a portion, the company pays a portion, and try by all means to not make it malingane. But if you can afford only like a certain amount, then it's fine. But always have a plan, have something in place so that the life you want to live, you are able to live it even when you are retired. If you're planning on buying BMs, be able to maintain those BMs when you are 45, 60, 70, whenever you plan to retire. So have a plan for your future. When planning, think about your future. Think about your financial state in the future as well. Don't just live for the now. Okay? You get me? Okay. And then point number 4. Okay, guys, so point number 4 is don't live beyond your means. Do not do that. That is a very dangerous game to play. Do not try and be out here trying to impress other people. And you know what happens in some cases? When you start working, for example, a graduate program, there's me, there's Jack. This is an example. Me, I don't have rich parents. I'm basically just starting off. Jack has rich parents who bought him a GTI. I can't afford a GTI with the salary. Jack's parents bought Jack a GTI, and Jack's parents are maintaining the GTI. I see Jack's life. I want to live Jack's life. Not knowing Jack's background, I buy a GTI and then I starve. Who suffers here? Me, right? Not Jack. Jack will congratulate me on my car, but he won't help me maintain my car, will he now? So what I'm trying to get to is that, guys, when making financial decisions, always be wise. Don't let other factors like people's lives influence you. Yes, we aspire to live beautiful lives, but be realistic in what you can afford. Like I said in an example before, I wanted a BM, but I could not afford a BM. And yo, guys, and when I see people driving their BMs, I would be like, oh, I want that. But I have to be realistic. When I look at a lifestyle yomuntu who's been working for 10 years versus a lifestyle yami I've been working for almost 2 years now, financially, we're not in the same position. That person can probably afford a BM, I can't. I can aspire to have their life, but I need to work towards it. So do you. So guys, when making financial decisions, don't be influenced by what other people have, but be realistic and be happy in what you have. The moment you start being unhappy with what you have, there's a problem because uzoba nomona and you make irrational decisions. Don't do that. And this links to the budgeting point as well. When you have a budget in place, you'll know what you can afford and you'll live within that budget. Okay, cool. Now to point number 5. Okay, so now we're on to point number 5 is do your tax, not doing your taxes. Guys, do your taxes and do them right. You don't want the government chasing you because you're a skibenga. Come on now. Don't do that. Do your taxes. And in most cases, not most, but in some cases, you find that when you do your taxes, you might even end up getting some money from SARS. Excuse me. You might end up getting some money from SARS, and getting some money is always a nice thing. I love money. I love getting money. Send me money. But anyways, do your taxes and do them right. Don't try and do illegal shenanigans. It's not gonna help you. Like I said before, every decision you make, every financial decision you make, always think about your future. Guys, always think about your future. Whatever you do, have your future in mind. Anyways, guys, just to sum up my 5 points. 1, it's not going to be in the same order, okay? 1, save. Save money, have an emergency fund, and have a retirement plan. Have a retirement plan. Number 2, have a budget and stick to your budget and always revisit and have a look at your budget. Number 3, don't get into too much debt. Too much debt is not good for you. And if you have debt, try by all means to pay off your debt. Number 4, do your taxes and do them right. Number 5, live beyond your means. Don't try and live a lifestyle you can't afford. Anyways, I hope you guys found this video informative. Please don't forget to like, comment. If you have any financial tips as well, please drop a comment and share them below. If you agree with me, please also drop a comment. If you don't agree with me, drop a comment and like my video because I want to know. I'm joking. But please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and share this video to someone you think might need it. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next Vlogtober episode. Bye!